Our next panelist is Evelyn Greene, who is a young she's a visual artist and an entrepreneur who prioritizes urban preservation projects in Nashville and is truly an example to young women here in the United States. So Evelyn, it's your turn. Take it away.
Hi, thank you so much for having me here. I'm very excited to be here. So I am in Nashville, Tennessee. I am a visual artist. I paint. I am also 25. I just recently turned 25. So I was essentially raised on the internet. Everything that I do has to do with the internet and just having access to that. So I understand how important that has been for me, just with various opportunities, especially concerning my art, being able to share my art in a way that I would not be able to without it. So I am very passionate about making sure that girls, not just in the States, but across the world, have access to the internet and have safe spaces on the internet, because I know the difference that it has made in my career. So I'm very excited to talk about this today, and I'm very excited to hear everyone's thoughts on it.
Well, thank you for being here truly today. It's the perspective of, I think, the younger women that will really give us all the most clarity on the way forward. And I'm looking forward to continuing that conversation. One last question to Evelyn, who is an artist and a digital artist. How do you see technology for the future of the creative arts?
That is a great question. So just on a very basic level, having access to internet, social media, it does give you the ability to display your art and share your art in a way that, honestly was completely unheard of even 20 years ago. So it is going to give you a leg up, and not that there's anything wrong with male artists, but I think it would be very revolutionary for more female visual artists to kind of get on the forefront of that, because young girls should have someone to look up to who looks like them and sounds like them and creates like them. And I think there is a very distinct feminine energy that I carry to my art that may be relatable to another young girl. So just the ability to share art like that is obviously going to be very important. And even as far as selling art, most of the sales that I do of my art are online. So it is very important to understand the way that works, the way that receiving currency and sending currency, shipping. It's kind of crazy because so much of what I do as an artist is very online. Like the majority of what I do is online, with the exception of I do use actual paint and I do digital art as well. But I don't think that my career would be where it is right now if I didn't have an understanding of how the internet works and how social media works. And on the flip side of that, I do feel comfortable using those spaces because I am operating in a safe space. So within teaching girls how to use the internet, it is also important that we are championing and moving forward, creating safe spaces for them. It is very easy to be the victim of harassment, doxing, all kinds of things on the internet as a woman. So with teaching girls how to use the internet, we also need to let them know that this is a safe space for them and they are welcome here and they belong here.
Indeed, indeed. Well, we've just scratched the very, very, very tip of the iceberg today. This is a subject that we really could almost in and of itself make an entire summit out of just this topic. And I thank you all for being here today, for giving us your perspective. I would love to be able to continue the conversation with some of you, because this is a very, as someone who is a principal partner in developing technology parks around the world, technology is a core of everything I do. And yet even I face it still to this day. And I think the only way we are going to be able to bridge this divide is that if women come together and support one another, not sabotage one another, but really lock arms, stand shoulder to shoulder, and demand that we have the space that is open and free and should be accessible to everyone. And I thank you all for being here today. It was a pleasure to be able to moderate for you. And Justina, thank you for having us all. This is definitely a wonderful summit and for sure a very important topic to be able to bring to the forefront of discussion. So thank you all for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.